Hello everyone, Morath here. This is the character creation session for Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Duhad and I will be doing a multiplayer playthrough, and I hope you will join us. We're taking this video and separating it from the actual playthrough because we felt that, if you didn't want to watch it, you didn't have to. Alright, so our first character is going to be a female, and she's going to be a heavy hitter, so we're going to make her armored. She's actually going to be the ball spawn. This is actually kind of important. I think humans are the only people who can be paladins in the game. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure. Class-wise, paladin. Cavalier's recommended, and it's usually my favorite, but since this is the ball spawn and she gets lay on hands anyway, I'm gonna go for the Inquisitor, because being able to knock mages about is really, really nice in this game. The mages in this game will screw you up. So, we have Mage Killer. It's an Inquisitor. Alignment, always lawful good, unless you're a Blackguard. And we're going to store 82. I'm going to cut this out of the video, the rolling out of the video, because I don't want you to have to sit here and watch me click a button a whole bunch. So I will be right back. Alright, and we're back with a score of 90. There were some higher scores, but I figured, why make you guys wait? And well, actually more, I got bored of clicking the button myself. So, charisma is not very important for anybody but the ball spawn. So, as much as I'd like to make this kind of not as important, let's, modify our scores a bit. Wisdom, we don't need very much. We've got a minimum of 13, so let's make the minimum. That gives us 4 points to fuck around with. Intelligence, minimum of 3, but I don't like going into negatives. Dexterity is important, above strength. However, we're going to take... well, alright, so we have to have a minimum charisma score of 17 for some reason. Our dexterity score is important, but since it's going to be a +3 anyway, let's give it a +3. Let's bring this up to 16. And we're going to take 2 out of here. Put that into Constitution. Alright, skill-wise. This is going to be our main frontline tank. So we're going to give her a sword and shield style, and a specialization of the Bastard Sword. It deals slightly more damage than the long sword, and it's pretty awesome. And when you wield it with this, it's a pretty good combination. Also, you can wield it one-handed for the extra damage bonus. Appearance-wise, we're going to give her the typical Order of our Martyred Lady look. Alright, so that makes her... right there. That's good. And I'm going to play each of the female voices for you now, and then I'm going to choose one. Sounds kind of like a hag.
Your life shall be mine.
That's worse.
Death will come swiftly for you.
They have a trend here, don't they?
Go, go, go!
Alright, that sounds decent.
Now you're going to be sorry.
That's kind of crazy.
Who's in for it now?
Well, that sounds kind of, from the country. So we're going to go with number 4. Name, we're going to call her Sister Miriam. There we go. As it turns out, the back button will delete your name. And we're going to export her so we can bring her back later as, well, ball spawn. Now we're going to go to our next character, the druid. So we're looking for something that looks kind of like a hippie here. That guy looks like a hippie, but he also looks like an elf. And unfortunately, elves cannot be druids. Not that that matters for the picture, of course, but... I like to keep it real. That one's a ranger, but would have served my purpose. Okay, this guy looks crazy, so I think I'm going to use him. Yeah, that works. Race, we're going to make him a half-elf. They're the only ones other than humans, I think, that can be druids, so we're going to take them. And of course, we're going to take him as a druid. And we chose Totemic Druid due to the fact that they can take a spirit animal, which can work alongside them as an off-tank. Shapeshifter we were going to take, but they can't cast spells in their main form, or their shapeshifted form. Avenger takes too much of a hit to their constitution. True Neutral is the only alignment that a druid can be. Abilities, I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier, if you'll excuse me for a moment. Alright, and we're back with a score of 89. Now, let's look at exactly what we're dealing with here. Charisma isn't that important. The only thing it's used for in the game-wise is the way people react to you and how many items you sell. However, they do have a minimum score here, so we're just going to leave it at that. Dexterity is also important, so we're going to give them that. Strength, not so much. Constitution is, intelligence, not so much. However, wisdom is very important, so we're going to raise that to 18. So these two are going to be 2 scores of 18, which means that he's going to be hard to hit and his spells are going to be really powerful. As far as the skills go, we're going to give him 1 point in Spear and 1 point in Sling. For his spells, we're going to give him Cure Light Wounds. I like Entangle. Let's look at the others though. Here's Bless. Bless is good. It does a lot of things against undead. Doom. It's probably one of my favorite sounding spells. Detect Evil. This thing's good, but I think my Paladin can do it. Shillelagh. This would be useful, except I'm not taking Club as my preferred weapon. So we're gonna go with we're actually going to go with Armor of Faith, which helps his armor class a bit. Appearance. I'm gonna give him, black. No, is that black? No. Black hair and tan skin. We're gonna make him Earth Tony for his wardrobe. Alright. Let's listen to the male voices.
Death to you all! Your life ends here.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble.
I like that one.
You got this coming!
Yeah, it sounds kind of enthusiastic.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
This reminds me of Professor Elemental. I think I am going to use this one. Well, let's listen to the last one.
Get over here.
Yeah, that sounds like he's from the country. We're going to go with number 5. Alright, and we're going to call him, because of his hippie nature, Johnny Appleseed. Apple Bottom. Because I don't know exactly what the thing is with Appleseed, the copyright thing is. So I figure, mixing Neville Longbottom and Johnny Appleseed wouldn't do too much, harm. We're going to call him, for the purposes of exportation, Hippie. Alright, and now to move on to our third character. This one's going to be a female as well. But it's going to be a rogue, so we want to find something... a little dagger. There, I like that one. Race. Let's go halfling. Halflings get a +1 to attack roll. You also get a dexterity bonus, which is very nice for a thief. So we're going to give him a thief. For the thief side, we're going to be a swashbuckler, because while they cannot use the backstab ability, they do get a +1 bonus to hit and damage rolls every 5 levels, and +1 bonus to armor class. And an additional one every 5 levels. They also may take 3 slots into 2 weapon style. Shadow Dancer I also thought about, but they can't do the 2 most important things for a rogue, which are detect traps and pick locks. I think they can pick locks, but I don't think they can detect traps. Chaotic Good, he is a thief after all. Alright, I'm going to do the rolling thing again. I will see you in a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with an 85. Alright, so what's important to a rogue? Well, usually intelligence is, charisma is not, so we're going to bring that down to a 10. Wisdom, not so much. Intelligence is, so we're going to leave it where it is. We've got 8 points to fuck around with, so we're going to pump a bunch of them into dexterity, and then we're going to push a bunch of them. Got intelligence maxed. 2 into constitution, 2 into strength. And we're done. Skills, let's go here. So we have 40 points to play with, which means that we are going to be able to find traps really, really well. Now let's raise that to a 40. At least. Alright, so we got 40 and 45 in open locks. Or 50 and 45 find traps in open locks. That's a really, really good score. Alright, so because we can, for 2 weapon style, we're going to do 2 points of proficiency. It makes it so that we don't specialize in the kind of weapon we're wielding, but the fact that we're wielding 2 of them. Appearance-wise, she's short. We're gonna give her red hair, pale skin, and we're gonna make her dark because she hides in the shadows. Oh no, she doesn't, I guess. We're gonna go with brown there, and flamboyant. Alright, sounds good. Now, female voices again.
All will die.
No,
Your life shall be mine.
no,
Death will come swiftly over you.
absolutely not.
Go, go, go!
Use that one.
Now you're going to be sorry.
Sounds crazy enough, but let's check out number 6.
Who's in for it now?
Yeah, we're using this one. And her name... well, I like the name... Leon. We're going to export her as... short. Actually, let's go back. Back on her name. Half pint. That's what I call my sister. Alright, and that's it for the day. We will see you on the video that comes out Friday. Goodbye.